So far, it's been great. Even from the beginning, when we first started as a band, we didn't know how the reaction was going to be to any of the stuff. I think we've always kind of thought that people were going to dislike it or not understand it or whatever, but we just kept doing it anyways. I think our the musicianship has gotten better, the songwriting has gotten better, and the album has gotten better. And this album, I think we're extremely proud of it, and so far the reaction has been pretty fantastic. That's a good question. A lot of emotion, I'd say. I think it's it's a heavy record in the soul. It's not necessarily heavy as in the instrumentation or whatever. Well, it is, but there's a lot packed into it. It's very, very expansive, very broad. And it was written during some pretty emotional times, so I think that all kind of came out of it. God, I've been working on my tone for years, and I don't think it ever stops. I mean, there's months where I'm extremely happy with what it sounds like, and then all of a sudden my ear changes. Like, we'll put it down for a weekend, and then my ear changes, and I need to redo my pedal board and get new pedals on there and everything. So it's extremely important, but I've been working on it for years and years and years, and I have a lot of amplifiers, a lot of pedals, and I just switch things out periodically if I need to. I would say the tone's going to keep progressing, or at least I would hope so. I mean, unless I lose more hearing, at that point, anything's possible, I guess. But I look back on the tone when I was younger, like before when the Deadbolt breaks, and it was more like a scoop sounding, metal-ish kind of sound, and then gradually I started working over towards the fuzz and getting louder amplifiers and getting the more, I wanted to keep more of the woody tone, the woody natural tone of the guitar, but have the fuzz in there as well, which is difficult to find. It's difficult to achieve that, and I think right now the way my sound is, I've achieved that, but tomorrow, who knows? I think every one the Deadbolt Breaks record is different. I mean, the first couple records had a lot of real fast stuff on there. There were some blast beats, and I think it was more aggressive in nature. This one, I think we've delved really deep into that psychedelia, and the mellower side of things. I mean, Miles Davis, it doesn't have to be heavy to be heavy, really. I mean, it's all in the soul. And I'm singing. I'm trying to sing a lot more than I was. I'm avoiding too much of the heavy screaming. I'm trying to pepper it in where I feel it, brings out that right feeling or right emotion. Like I said, I mean, the musicianship. I mean, between having Dumas and Mike together, I mean, it's really broadened the entire horizon of the record. So. Non-musically is probably first and foremost this movie called Begotten, which is written by E. Elias Mirage, and it was a college project that he did. And I remember the first time that I saw it, I just sat there and I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. Like it was something that was really new and struck a chord in me, and I feel like musically, that's what I always try to achieve in a way, is the feeling that movie gave me. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that would be probably one of my hugest non-musical, yeah. I think it's more refined. In the beginning, I mean, there's been so many lineup changes over the years. I mean, I can't even count them on three hands. There's been a lot of people that have kind of come and gone, and in the beginning, that's kind of what we were going for, what I was going for. It was just two of us in the beginning. It was the drummer and myself. We wrote the stuff, and we got signed by a smaller label really quick, actually. So we had to scramble and kind of put a band together and later found out it wasn't quite the right band and found new people down the road, So it's always evolved, and even the records have had people on it that aren't, every record has had people on it that aren't in the band, because those particular individuals can enhance whatever song that they're on. Like JJ from the Obelisk did a song off of our, one of our double discs, Flies for Flesh, and then, Amber Lee from Buzzard Canyon has done vocals, and my old drummer's sister did vocals on a song. So it really, we always tried to keep it kind of like a faceless thing at the beginning. It was just, it was about the music and about the emotion, about the feeling, and about the songs, not about the people, because everybody was going to change anyways, But now I think we have, one of the big differences is we have an extremely solid lineup that we're all on the same page, and that in itself is hard to accomplish as a band, especially one that's been around for so long. But we've done it, and I think we're all on the same page, and like musically we can do something. We're just like, holy shit, that's what I was thinking, So it's, I think it's changed everything in a positive direction. But it's much better today. In the beginning, actually, straight up until maybe a couple of years ago, we would always get placed with hardcore bands or metal bands, which is fine, because I like both of those, But the audiences weren't so forgiving, I don't think. They didn't know what to do with us, because we were too loud, we're too slow, you can't really dance to it. It's not something you hear on the radio every day, especially when CCC was, the local radio stations here were really big. That's what people wanted to hear, was Seven Dust and whatever Kid Rock was doing, and we just had nothing to do with that. We refused to. The faster bands that we played with, we would play slower and louder. Like we were almost like defiant about it, And the kids would just stand there like arms crossed and like staring at us crooked. And we'd walk into a packed club, and then 5 minutes later, like 5 minutes after we started, the place would empty out. But over the past couple of years, there's been this change where doom and psychedelic rock and stoner rock has kind of become more accepted. And maybe that's it. I feel like that's what it is, because those genres are becoming more accepted. We fall into those genres to a point. It's now it's just different for us. We have people that actually like us and buy our stuff, which is very nice. It's very different, When we finished this record, we wanted to do something better. We wanted to do something different, to take it to another level and see how far we could push it. Because all the three of us are ready to do that, and we feel like this is the best thing that we've done so far. We feel like it's deserving of just getting it out there and seeing what happens, So we shopped around to quite a few labels, and we had some pretty decent responses, but we were waiting for something that we felt was right. It's not even like, we just felt like we needed the right fit, and they responded pretty quickly. And what they offered us, and the agreement, the things that they had behind them, the company that they've got behind them, none of the other offers could match. So we signed up with them, and they've been wonderful to us so far. So we have a really good, positive feeling about the future. I met Brad from Desert Records over the summer out in New Mexico, and great guy, and he's got Desert Records, and he plays with Red Mesa out there. So when he heard the record, he fell in love with it, and we had a long discussion about what we wanted to do and where we wanted to head with it, and he's putting it out at the end of November, which is, it's awesome. We've always wanted vinyl, and we had a double vinyl deal at one point. And after we signed the contract and shook the hands, they backed out of it and just put out CDs instead. So, that was kind of a bummer. But so anyway, so we're releasing 4 of the 5 tunes on vinyl. The artwork is going to be different. We had our buddy Bill Cole redo the artwork so it looks different kind of vibe to it. You can only put so many minutes per side on vinyl, and our songs are pretty long. So we're putting 4 of the 5 songs on the vinyl. A little bit of a different order too, and we had to kind of edit down some of the longer parts just to kind of make it fit properly. But they sound amazing. It sounds just as good. So we're waiting for the test presses for those now, and then end of November it comes out on vinyl. So we're very excited. So the record, the actual CD on Slipshirk Records will be available November 2nd through Slipshirk Records out of Latvia. But we have it available now through our Bandcamp. It's when the Deadbolt breaks out, bandcamp.com, on CD and digital. The vinyl will be available through Desert Records out of New Mexico the end of November. Right now, like I said, we're just playing shows, and if you can, look for us in the local area and come see us and say hi. We're doing a couple shows, kind of one-offs, just trying to, do what we can to promote the record, because it's the end of the year and everybody's schedules are kind of tight. So we're doing what we can to promote the record and kind of get out there. And the beginning of next year, probably I'd say early to mid-February, we're going to do a 2-week jaunt, probably down south or maybe out Midwest. We are in the midst of working with some booking agents, trying to figure that out, trying to plan it out. I mean, God knows how it's going to go, but we have hopes for the best. And that's it. We're just going to keep plugging away.